At sunrise, 3 great stone pyramids rise from the desert. For 4,500 years, people have asked, who built them? How did they lift such heavy blocks? Did aliens help? Were people forced as slaves? Are there secret rooms inside? These are one of the 7 wonders of the world. The only one from ancient times still standing. In this episode, we show the real work, the hidden tricks, and test the big myths. Watch till the end, because the biggest myth is saved for last, and the true story will surprise you.
When new, the Great Pyramid stood about 147 meters tall and stayed the tallest structure on Earth for over 3,500 to 4,000 years. Its total mass is roughly 6 million tons. Compare that to the Burj Khalifa, which is about 500,000 tons today.
These pyramids stand at Giza, on the west bank of the River Nile. They were built about 4,500 years ago, during Egypt's 4th dynasty. 3 kings ruled in turn: Khufu first, Khafre after him, Menkaure last. Khufu's pyramid is the largest, often called the Great Pyramid. Khafre's looks tall because it stands on higher ground and keeps a little casing at the top. Menkaure's is the smallest, but still huge. Together, they form a skyline that the world knows. Khufu likely ruled around 2589 to 2566 BCE. Khafre and Menkaure came in the next decades.
The pyramids were royal tombs. Egyptians believed in life after death. They thought the king's spirit could live on if the body was protected and the proper rites were given. A safe tomb helped the king on his journey to the next world. The pyramid shape points to the sun and to the sky. It may show the king's climb to the light, like the sloping rays of the sun itself.
Grave goods were buried with the king: food, treasures, jewelry, furniture, clothes, and the body lay in a wood or stone sarcophagus after mummification. Over the centuries, many tombs were robbed, so little survives in place, even if the original plan was rich.
The site made sense for work. The Nile was close. People, food, and stone could travel by boat. The desert edge gave firm ground and open space. From river to plateau, the plan was practical. Move heavy blocks by water when possible, then by sled and ramp on land. Faith and engineering walked side by side. Before any stone rose, the base had to be set. It had to be flat. It had to be square. And the sides had to face the 4 directions: north, south, east, west. How did they find true north? Some experts think the builders used the stars, watching 2 stars in the night sky and marking when they lined up to point north. This idea is a theory, but it fits the accuracy of many pyramids. By sight and by skill, the base was drawn on the ground before the first course was laid. Once the baselines were set, they measured again and again. A small mistake at the start would grow big at the top, so they checked corners, they checked level, they checked angle. Slow work, steady work. Stone follows the line. That rule guided every course. Not all blocks are the same. The builders used local limestone from the Giza bedrock for much of the mass. For the smooth outer skin, the bright casing stones, they chose fine Tura limestone from across the river. For the hardest jobs inside, like the king's chamber, they used granite from far-off Aswan in the south. Picture the Great Pyramid when it was new. The sides were smooth and white. In the sun, the pyramid would glow like a bright mountain.
On some pyramids, a small stone cap, the pyramidion, sat at the top. Most casings and the caps are gone now, taken by time, earthquakes, and later builders who reused the stone. But once, the plateau must have shone like a sea of light.
Moving heavy stone is easier by water than by land. The ancient builders knew this well. In old times, a branch of the Nile ran closer to Giza than the river does today. This waterway is sometimes called the Khufu branch by modern studies. Evidence shows it had enough water during the 4th dynasty to carry stone on boats to the foot of the plateau. From river to ramp, the journey of each stone was planned. The river was not just a landmark, it was a moving road that fed the building site.
In that era, carts with wheels weren't in use at the site, so sledges over wet ground were key.
On land, stones moved on wooden sleds. But dragging a sled over dry sand is hard. The sand piles up, the sled bites in. Ancient workers learned a simple trick: wet the sand. With just the right amount of water, the sand becomes firmer and the sled slides with less force. Science tests today show this really works. You can cut the drag a lot with a little water. Then there were the ramps. Did they build a straight ramp, a zigzag ramp, ramps on all sides, or even some internal ramp? Experts still debate this. What we do know is that ramps were used to raise the blocks course by course. As the pyramid grew, the system changed to keep pace. Shorter ramps to new levels, hauling teams in rhythm, and supervisors keeping order. The exact plan may be lost, but the results stand in stone.
The first course matters most. Its blocks are large and set with care. From that strong base, the next lines go up. Corners must be square. Joints must be tight. The slope must match on every side. So the crew checks everything: line, level, and angle, again and again. This is craft as much as muscle. The Great Pyramid is not solid. It has passages and chambers that follow a plan. A descending passage goes down into the bedrock. An ascending passage climbs to the Grand Gallery, a long, high corridor with steps on the sides. The Queen's Chamber sits on the center line.
The King's Chamber is higher, built of granite blocks that weigh up to 80 tons, monumental pieces brought from Aswan.
Over the King's Chamber are small relieving chambers. They spread the weight so the roof does not crack. The builders also left marks in these spaces: red quarry marks and crew names, simple notes from workers doing their job. The plan is not random. It is a careful stack of forces made to carry stone weight safely for ages. Near the Red Sea, at a site called Wadi al-Jarf, a team found old papyri in 2013. These papers are the diary of Mirror, notes by a work leader in the 26th or 27th year of Khufu. Mirror and his men moved Tura limestone by boat. They sailed from the Quarry along the Nile branch to Akhet Khufu, the Great Pyramid Complex.
Who built the pyramids? Walk south from the Sphinx and you find a place called Heit el-Ghurab, the lost city of the pyramid builders. Archaeologists found houses, bakeries, workshops, administration buildings, and cemeteries. There are signs of food rations, like bread and beer, for teams. There are signs of medical care and proper burials. This was an organized community, not a prison camp. Many people used to think the pyramids were built by slaves, but the evidence does not fit that picture.
The people here look like skilled workers, crew leaders, and support staff who served the king as part of the state.
Estimates often cite 20,000 to 30,000 workers doing long 10-hour days in shifts, well-fed and supported, very different from the whip and chains myth.
It was work, yes, hard work, but not the mass slave army of old movies. Each pyramid complex had more than a pyramid. At the river edge stood a valley temple. From there, a long causeway climbed up to a mortuary temple near the pyramid. Priests made offerings for the king's spirit. Ceremonies and processions linked river to temple to tomb. This was a sacred path, a loop of worship that continued long after the king's death. Near the pyramids sits the Great Sphinx, a lion with a human face, watching the plateau. Sand buried it many times in history. People dug it out again and again, trying to learn its age and meaning. The Sphinx adds mystery to a place already rich with mystery. Even after thousands of years, we are still finding things. In 2017, a team scanned the Great Pyramid with cosmic ray muons, tiny particles that can pass through stone. They found a large hidden void above the Grand Gallery, at least 30 meters long. Later work in 2023 gave more detail on a small corridor-like space near the north face.
Now let us face the stories one by one. Myth 1. Aliens built the pyramids. No, people did. We have quarries at Giza and Tura. We have tools and tool marks. We have ramps and work roads. We have the Diary of Merer, a log that shows boats hauling limestone to Khufu in Khufu's own time. We have the workers' city with bakeries and barracks and accounts. Nothing here needs a spaceship. Everything here shows human planning, human force, and human skill. Myth 2. You can see the pyramids from space with the naked eye. Not really. Astronauts can see large features like cities and coastlines, and with cameras, they can photograph the pyramids. But the phrase visible from space sounds like a casual glance from far away, and that is misleading. Better to say the pyramids are massive, and modern photos from orbit can image them clearly. Myth 3. A deadly mummy curse guards the tombs. The curse is a popular tale mostly tied to much later burials like Tutankhamun. At Giza, the truth is more normal. Closed shafts, old air, bad microbes, and old stories turned into spooky news. The pyramids themselves do not need magic to be amazing. Stone and time are powerful enough. At the end, what do these stones say? A wonder is not one trick. It is many small steps done well. Some secrets remain. Hidden spaces, lost ramp plans, but the biggest mystery is solved. These pyramids, one of the 7 wonders of the world and the only ancient ones still standing, were built by people, not aliens or magic. At dawn, the wind moves, the sun climbs, the stone turns gold, and the 3 giants keep their watch, teaching us with their truths, their secrets, and the myths they have outlived.